Got that potent, stinking, smoking, drinking Hennessy. It got me thinking, bitch, shut up. You hear me speaking. Couple shots and now we tweaking. Get you right before the weekend, bitch. Don't keep the people geeking. Different topics, yeah. We got the info, knowledge. You gon' drop it. Factuals, pop a bottle open, have a glass or two. Factuals, speaking my mind. That's what the yak can do. Factuals, yeah, the conversation can get sexual. We kick the facts to you. That's what them niggas scared to do. We ain't come in the front. You can tell by the chat. This for the white and the black. We off the yak and the yak. Pouring shots in my cup, we gon' throw a few back. We ain't come here to stunt, we came for yakety yak, bitch.
Yeah, what up, what it is, you know what we do. Getting right, bringing you the truth, #factuals. We live up in this, ain't gonna say it. With me, your host, Vision, the man and the meaning. Got my co-host, Marcy right here to my right. What up?
Stop it.
Alright, we got Mississippi Hefe. I can't call it up.
What it do, Mississippi Hefe, man. AKA Mr. RG. Reform gangster. Righteous goon. You know what I'm saying? Breathing that fire and spitting that shit.
Alright, that's what it is. Dominance in the building.
What's cracking, dude?
Alright, Twin Star, DJ Young, really though.
What's up?
Alright, we got the solar controller, the man on the ones and twos, bringing you the topics and all the issues. We got B. De Niro.
What up, y'all? De Niro DiBiase in the building. Don't forget to get your money up.
Straight up. And our other host, Tierra the Diva, will be back with us in a second. So once she come up, she introduce herself.
Hold on.
In the meantime,
I don't mean to put the guard on blast and shit. You know what I'm saying? But y'all need to show the world how the OG get down right here.
Nah, no, they don't.
I want to know how you finesse it, man.
So, I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
Y'all good big homie over here was
and
not only a chef.
Welcoming Tierra the Diva.
What's going on, everybody?
How you doing?
You going live?
Oh shit, my phone.
Twin Star handle whatever she needs.
What's going on?
My phone is on the side pocket on my bag.
Side pocket. That should remind me of who was that? Oh shit. That remind me of 5 Heartbeats. Look in my jacket pocket. Alright, so we about to get the show popping for y'all, but first let's get into our non-paying sponsors and get this party started.
Yeah, this is real.
That's the fun.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, this is Jameson. It's not your regular Jameson though. Know what I mean? So
I'm excited about that.
B. De Niro, the G bought this one.
Yeah,
we got to call it the G for that.
I talk shit about Jameson all the time, but I'm excited to get down with that. But yo, our non-paying sponsors, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to motherfucking One Life for Leisure. One Life for Leisure. You can go check it at onelifeforleisureclothing.com. Go get your hottest, summertime gear. We getting ready for the spring and shit. You know what I'm saying? So we bringing out short sleeves, polos, and all type of fly shit. You know what I'm saying? Like always, enjoy your sorrow with a nice sorrow blend. Brought to you exclusively by Aka. It's sold in New York City liquor stores. And like always, man, I want to shout out the motherfucking jerk chicken spots. You know what I'm saying? Shout out all the big jerk chicken spots, staying open 24 hours for a nigga. And of course, Aki, man, we love you, man. I need 70 cents on the dollar for this EBT I got coming your way.
Special shout out to Soulmates Apparel, my man Marcy in the building. Big up his brand, you know what I mean?
All day,
check
every
it
day.
out. You know what I mean? Represent.
All day,
And
every
Derek
day.
Novell Photography. Check them out on there too. Also holla at Twin Star DJ Young Really though. Also for shoot your videos for some production.
My girl.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Can I chase it with something?
Yeah, whatever
Nah,
you
you
like.
cursing.
Nah, we don't have much to chase.
Also shout out to Show Lounge Entertainment.
I chase this.
And Miss Diva, tell them what you got going on. Tell them about
Everything.
your entrepreneurships.
Everything.
What's it, Triple C?
Visuals. Show's coming back in April.
That's
The
right.
Diva Secret Closet. You can go to divasecretcloset.com, check out the new apparel. We have a lot coming after my trip that I just had. So, yes. And, yeah, that's about it.
All right. So we're going to get this party started right.
I get some ice.
Word.
No chaser?
We just ran out of ice.
Hell, you run out of
drinking.
The one day I actually want to drink.
Look at the cube.
Don't blame me. I didn't touch it.
No.
You didn't touch it.
I didn't touch it.
Take-
Guys, we want this.
No, just put a little bit in there.
No, let's get to the.
Let's get it popping.
What we rocking with first?
There you go.
Not the soundboard. No.
He said what?
I'm careful.
She said yes.
Right
Jerk
here,
chicken
boy.
spots. Yes.
I'm always excited when I get new joints.
We got some new.
And what kind of Jameson is this?
It is.
That's the good shit right there, nigga.
Yeah, for
Oh, this is
Appreciate it.
interesting.
yeah, that's that. Let me see what's going on here.
Let's get into the topics. Smooth.
Topics.
Oh, we already got a comment.
For all the lovers in the building,
Special viewer right
all the lovers watching,
Oh,
Valentine's
Yeah, you ran out of
Day
ice.
just popped
Sis,
off.
what up, sis?
And, you know, some of us subscribe to Valentine's Day, some of us don't. You know. Oh, we got a side from the
Oh, there you go. So, first off, I'd like to
hold on.
start
I
by
like to say
saying,
this. Before we get into this, I like to say happy Jump Off Valentine's Day for all my ladies that are out on their Valentine's night tonight.
happy-
Because the dude that they fuck with has a real girlfriend that he had to be responsible to on the 14th. Speaking
happy
of that,
side chick day.
were you taken out yesterday or are you here because you turned down the date today?
so I just got back from Vegas yesterday.
My nigga, what's poppin'?
Yeah, I've been in Vegas since Sunday.
Left your morals right on the motherfucking plane seat, didn't you?
No, not necessarily.
She said she had him in her bag. She just didn't take him out.
Did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, I did. I
Did
went
you
to a few
have
shows.
a nigga vacation?
What's a nigga vacation?
It ain't a female vacation.
happened there?
It ain't what
You had to stay there?
It ain't what you was about to describe. I went to a few shows. You know, we ate at a couple of restaurants.
No, I
See,
mean
niggas-
we went together with a couple of other couples. And
Wow.
Did y'all separate
This
it?
sounds,
No.
this sounds very interesting. Hold on.
Very adult.
So, go ahead, I'm listening.
So
I like the nails, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, you notice shit like that?
Of course, that's my favorite. Go ahead, I'm listening.
I didn't know she had
I mean, we
these.
went to go see, a few shows. Not the type of Vegas shows y'all would think, but more
Not
like.
Circus Soleil, not Michael
No, we
Jackson.
Strip
went to the
shows.
club.
Strip
Like we
shows.
went to go see Raekwon, go
Oh,
see
shit.
Killa.
Now, that's a
We went
show.
to see Fabulous, Jada Kiss. We
You
went to
went
see
to
2
Dre's?
Chainz.
You went to Dre's?
We did go to Dre's.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
in my town.
yeah.
You're in my town. Alright,
We went to Dre's. We went to the Marquee.
okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I go to Vegas every year. So this is the first time
You
I've been
going
to
out there
Vegas.
Memorial Day weekend?
I will be out there in August.
Come on, come out there
No.
Memorial Day weekend.
I mean, depending on
Is this interview with the
I can't
vampire?
say.
What the fuck is going on here, son?
if a flight is paid for, I might consider. But you know.
Oh!
So what's our topic?
Take a shot.
Exactly.
So, like you was saying, shout outs to all the side chicks. Today is your day. If you didn't get a call today, they might hit you up on Monday because I mean that they still got to live out the rest of that. They just spent
You
all
know, all the
Monday to
niggas
the
that
show.
said, let's do this over the weekend.
Yeah.
You know, Valentine's Day on a Wednesday.
So basically, the question is, and we'll let you start that off. Do you take Valentine's Day as a big deal?
No. My thing is, if my man does for me all year round, I don't. Valentine's Day to me is another day.
But was this trip scheduled particularly because it was around Valentine's Day?
I scheduled the trip.
Once again,
So
was this trip scheduled
For,
particularly?
okay, so the trip was business and pleasure.
Okay.
This was about my boutique. So during the day I work, and at night we fun. So
All right.
right.
Okay, cool. Cool. So it wasn't
Find
about
out those
Valentine's
dates and
Day.
everything.
Huh?
It wasn't about Valentine's Day.
I mean, no, not really.
So,
But I figured, like, since we were out there, it would be like our little Valentine's celebration that time
That's a
together.
big question. She said, does the men on the show expect a gift for Valentine's Day?
Nope.
Valentine's Day
Really?
is not a holiday for men.
Yeah.
yo, you know
Okay,
what's
but see,
funny?
this is-
I seen
this is
a
what I
thing on
found.
somebody's Instagram about this, right?
Uh,
And the nigga came home with all this shit, and this is something about unwrapping the gift, and she was talking about some pussy.
the pussy. Yeah, he was like,
Excuse me,
That's it?
hold on.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you can be
No.
politically, you don't have
No,
to be
no, no.
politically.
"Ah, he-
And the chick and the nigga said, "Yo, hold the fuck on. Are you my woman? Pussy's part of your daily responsibility. No, look like I had to go out there
I
and get the candy
Who's
and all that other shit.
So whose one is that? Mine. That's my daughter's.
So
So move it over, because I'm trying to read the comments. Is it all the same joke?
No, they all different comments.
Which one
So-
you want to see?
I'm listening.
So that's funny that they brought that question up.
Instagram.
Do I expect a Valentine's Day gift? Hell no.
Okay, so let me ask y'all, because
Hell no.
honestly, I've never been the type of person to be selfish like that. If I get a gift, you get a gift. That's how I've always been.
Mhm.
So I just don't understand what type of women out here don't.
I guess for me, it's not even expecting a gift, but a card goes a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
So,
said-
if you are gonna
it's-
get a gift,
Oh, my gifts ain't just no
But-
card.
But I'm just saying, like, for even for an individual who says they don't want, for a man who says that they don't want a gift, yo, if you receive a card and it's a heartfelt card,
Yeah.
It speaks volumes.
it
Yeah.
speaks volumes.
it says
see
you
what
have to
I'm
go
saying?
do something, but it's like,
It's like, yo, you ain't have to do that,
Right.
yeah.
but because you thought, it's like, literally, I feel like Valentine's Day is one of those, it's the thought that matters, especially if you're
I
somebody
agree.
who does all the time.
Right.
Like, it's like, Valentine's, like for me, my daughter, when nothing major, teddy bear, card, her favorite chocolate in the bag with the teddy bear, you see what I'm saying? Wife, card, flowers, you see what I'm saying? So it's not major, but it's like, you know what? I was thinking about you. It's not that deep, you know what I mean? And that's how I look at it.
And let's be real, when you talk about a dude getting a gift, like, what's gonna happen here? Like, we grown, so Valentine's Day ain't a real holiday,
they gonna
but
sit there eating chocolate.
because it's standard tradition and you my woman, I'm gonna do for you, I don't want you feeling whatever, we gonna go out, we gonna do some things, and you might get some flowers, you grown, I ain't buying you no teddy bear probably, I buy some nice flowers, some very nice velvet ones. Suede, I think they were.
Oh,
But
goodness.
so like, what is she supposed to do? Like, cause most of the times it's just about dinner, going out on a date that day. If you're in a
Okay,
real
so-
relationship,
hold on, so,
I agree, but
it's more just.
hold on. I'm gonna let you go ahead and
Yeah.
comment.
so my thing is like, oh, no, go ahead.
I just feel as though, like, that's the standard thing to do for Valentine's Day. That's why, to me, Valentine's Day is not a big deal. If my man is going for me all year round, Valentine's Day is another day for us. Like, either we in the house watching Netflix, or we go to dinner, or we chilling at the crib, whatever have you. Because at the same time, if my man is doing this all year round, then I don't expect nothing different on Valentine's Day, but what you've been doing 365 days in a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nigga can't get a weekend off.
But at the same time, I feel like women should do a little more appreciating during Valentine's Day. Just me, because I'm not stingy and I'm not selfish. Like, I'm a giver as well. So if my man didn't do anything for me and he wasn't expecting nothing, I would still do a little something. Like, either set up something at home or make my own dinner plans where it's like, boo, I'm gonna take you out. It's my
But
treat,
then again,
da-da-da.
it don't even have to do that. Like, it ain't even have to be going out. Like, I don't like people. So, honestly,
No kidding.
so it's really one of those, like, you ain't gotta do all that. Like, a good night for me, like, yo, come home, go.
It's Polly.
Go watch the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Put it like this. So like basically, to me, do I think Valentine's Day is a big thing? No, I don't. I never really have. I mean, every once in a while I may do something little, out the blue, but that's just what I do anyway. Every time something, like not every time, but like anytime somewhere out the blue, I may just do something. I'm not gonna be like, yo, since it's Valentine's Day, I gotta break the bank. Like, yo, because everything else still comes first. Yes, Valentine's Day is still just a regular day. It's like, yo, half of the time you buy these chicks flowers and chocolates. Like, the flowers you buying, the flowers you buying, they're gonna die in 2 days because you put them shits in water. You drop that little pouch of medicine bag, and shit ain't gonna last. I mean, how many people got flowers that they got for Valentine's Day last
I ain't
year?
getting no flowers.
Huh?
I ain't getting no flowers.
You probably won't.
I'm not expecting to.
But it ain't even about that, though. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, it ain't about that. Like, to me, Valentine's was popping, fan. To me, Valentine's Day isn't about the gifts you give. It's about the thought you put behind.
But it's not a real. But again, it's not a real holiday.
It's
and
not.
no man, like every man that I've known or even met, I mean, like They be like, I don't really believe in Valentine's Day.
Manufactured.
Yo, you know what
I
Valentine's
agree.
Day is?
I
If
completely
we really
agree.
want to be ignorant,
It's a day to spend money.
not even.
I know you was
Valen-
waiting to say
Nah.
if you want to be ignorant.
Nah.
I know you
Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is that holiday that is for the kids. This is wait.
Oh, when you growing up.
When you growing up,
in school and all
setting
that,
the
yeah.
setting the
Yeah.
stage like yo,
Right. When you're in middle
Valentine's
school,
Day.
Okay.
Do you
Their
like
birthdays
sex?
because
Yeah.
they already set the standard with Valentine's Day. Then, damn, I done did Valentine's Day. You got birthdays, so you got to make sure Christmas is good. And it's that, yo, it's just teaching them like, yo, you do. Yeah, I mean that's what I find the buffoonery with it. You know what I mean? That's just me. That's me thinking
Honestly,
outside of the box.
If you in a real relationship, then Valentine's Day should be non-existent.
But I'm talking about
That's how I feel.
kids.
But Valentine's Day, since people want to be on asshole shit, like today is the jump off day.
That's what I'm saying.
Valentine's Day should be the jump off day.
Straight up. You know what I mean? From
For
kids.
somebody that you don't care about.
Think
Yeah,
about
like,
it.
oh, here's
Who's sucking who's off the...
here's your special day.
Think
Happy
about it.
Valentine's Day, bitch.
Think about it. As shorties, you looking. I'm sorry, like females took upon that day to buy the sexy lingerie, the sexy outfits as shorties
Sexy
coming up.
lingerie.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. It's just, I think that was that setup to everything else.
Yo, so my thing is, first off, now I mean, shout outs to all the niggas, now I mean, who drop bank accounts on the chick and they didn't get the draws. Shout outs to y'all niggas. Shout outs to the chicks.
First of
you know
all,
what I mean?
I don't think a nigga would go out. Hopefully, nobody would go out on Valentine's
It's all
Day.
types.
It's all types,
types.
nigga. It's all
Every
types.
single
Shout outs to
one.
the chicks
But
who
you
didn't
got
give
some
up the
dudes,
draws knowing that they wasn't gonna give it
but
up.
you got some dudes who will make a big deal of Valentine's Day, who feel like they gotta go all out and be like, oh my god, I gotta do
Yeah.
this for my woman, I gotta do X, Y, and Z, I gotta make sure it's set up this way. You
That's
do
'cause
got
they
some
ain't
dudes
doing
like
shit
that.
off the rest
And
of
hold
the
up,
year,
and
so
hold
it's
up.
just
Matter
one
of fact,
chance to get it
shout
right.
out-
But no,
Hold up.
that wifey niggas, you know, some niggas, they too cool to be secret romantics. So they, on Valentine's Day, they might go a little extra,
Man.
get it out their system.
But my thing is, if
Shout
you
out to
can't
them
do
chicks
that
who
for
bought
me
their
every
own
day,
gifts.
then I don't want this shit just on Valentine's Day. I want you to be like that every day.
You know
Shout
what
out
y'all
to
get for
niggas who
Valentine's
spend
Day?
Hell
400.
freaking years.
Shout out they drink.
While you was at work? Hold on, you ain't never been at work. All of a sudden, the telegram guy comes in,
Right there.
and also you all so beautiful to me. Tell us like song come
Tell
on.
yourself
And all the
that.
damn flowers and the big ass
Hold
thing
on.
larger than life come on.
I
And you bought that shit
myself
for
a
yourself.
bag one
Listen,
Valentine's
listen.
Day, so.
Hey, get
Cool.
mad.
That's some funny shit. Yo,
Just clarify.
That's half fact.
that was funny. But let me go back to what
You
Marcy
go out for
said.
your wife for me. That's
Shout out
something
to
between y'all.
all
That's
the
cool.
big. Hold on. They gotta hear this. Shout out to all the niggas that spent $400 to find out the chick was on her period.
Damn.
Nigga, her mouth work.
It's dirty dudes out here that run the red light.
She still got another hole.
It's dirty cats in these streets.
I'm just saying, it's real rap.
It's a lot of vampires out there.
It's been plenty of accidents from niggas running red
There's
lights.
a lot of niggas drinking true
I lay the
blood.
towel down in my day. I'm not gonna lie, but
Yo,
I'm saying.
that's funny. Y'all funny because I was just about to say a nigga get home and tell his
I lay the towel down. I'm not gonna lie.
She be like, I got my period. He's like, you should have told me that before I started drinking this Hennessy, bitch. Now give me a shower. And bring your ass out here. And grab the towel.
Straight
White
up.
color one.
Straight up.
And don't get
Oh,
it.
no, the hotel. We got two from the hotel. Yeah, bring the white chick. No,
Niggas said, don't be laying on the
Straight
bed.
up. I'm just saying.
No.
Oh shit! So he said he go all out for wifey. Why not? I mean that's a preference. If that's something that you know that you want to
Yeah,
make a
by
big
all
deal for
means,
your wife,
do
then
you.
yeah, then definitely do it.
Absolutely.
It's not saying that it's wrong, especially in that situation. That's your wife. You know,
Even if
a
it's your
different-
wifey.
It's a different situation. So like, if you want to do that, and you know your wife, my wife, I asked her. I said like, so I asked her. I said, yo, so I'm like, how do you feel about Valentine's Day? Do you think Valentine's Day is a big deal? She was like, honestly, yeah, but the difference. My wife is a one of those hopeless romantic types. So she watches those type of shows, and also like she loves stuff like that. You know, so it's like, all right, so I got her some flowers.
Cut the damn cable off, nigga.
Nigga, she don't know how to operate the Cody yet, so that's what I'm saying. We ain't watching shit. Hashtag factual.
Yo, like if it ain't your wife here, your main chick, first of all, lady hit me up, she was like, yo, you ain't going out for Valentine's Day? I was like, nah. Said, you lying. Cause I was about to go to Jasmine, get a little drink by myself and shit, you know what I'm saying? Play the ball, look for the lonely bitches and shit, but I ended up passing out on the couch. I'm an old nigga.
Did he really say that? Did he really say that though?
You know what I'm
He
saying?
said he was scavenger hunting.
Yeah, I'm like, scavenger hunting. You know what I'm saying? Yo, listen, don't get it twisted. There's a lot
Savage
of,
hunting. That's what it was.
there's a lot of pretty lonely bitches on the 14th. You find out who
Yes, it is.
all these chicks that be walking
I-
around,
You got a comment.
I used to
Yo,
do
pick up.
that.
That's why I like that. Listen, that's why I like that.
So I got a comment for you.
Because Valentine's Day, you can go out
Valentine's.
and these chicks try to act like it ain't no big deal. You
say
they out
no-
there taking themselves to dinner and all that.
Buying
All you gotta do is
They-
send them.
I do that to myself, myself all the time.
They bad chicks. And you be
Send them
looking at them
one
like,
Yo, son, hold on.
Hold up.
I ain't gotta
Send
wait
them
till
one drink and
Valentine's Day.
ignore them.
Yo,
Yeah.
we gotta
Hold
get
up, we
this
gotta read this comment,
in,
hold
yo.
up.
Real
What's up from
talk.
Joe Jarrell, OG in the game. He said, horses run in the mud, you can fuck in the blood.
That's what the challenge for.
Wow.
Yo,
Shout
big
out
up,
to my nigga who's drinking True Blood. Big up.
yo, big up to that nigga who beefed with his wife the day before Valentine's Day just to chill with the side joint. Shout out to you, my nigga. Shout out to you. We drink, nigga. We drink.
And take his wife out on the 15th.
Take right. Unsung heroes.
Fuck all the talking shit. See, bitch, we went out yesterday.
Right.
I know you wanted to go out yesterday, but you want to act up.
Listen,
Straight up,
let me tell you how to
do
do it, man. Listen, this is what you do. Valentine's Day, you work
Don't
with
dry snitch on yourself.
I ain't gonna say nothing there because
No, we took what's the next
Yeah,
time?
let's go to the next
I'm not
time.
gonna tell you that shoppers or shop right
Go on to the
got
next
the
time, we way
50% off on the flowers today.
Go
See?
on to the next topic.
Next topic.
I mean, it was an entertaining topic.
Yeah, it was.
Next topic.
As we continue on, let's see.
What's this, first date?
No, I thought we were scrapping that one.
Scrapping you.
I was gonna talk about some shit,
Let's
but
get into it.
Okay, go ahead.
Wait, bring it up.
Go ahead.
What's the topic?
Introduce
Go ahead.
I was gonna talk
Nah,
about.
go ahead.
No,
Oh,
let's do the next
You
topic.
got something to say? You can introduce it.
Nah, I don't
You the one who wants to speak. I'm not.
Nah,
gonna
I was just
introduce it.
saying, like, it was the first time I had a little story about this shit.
So go
Okay, so
ahead.
say the
Introduce
topic first. So say the topic.
Alright. Next up.
Very
First
good.
date expectations. Alright.
First date
date
expectations.
expectations.
First date expectations.
What's too
So
much?
what's too much and what's not enough?
So, it's fun.
Oh,
So this is the different twist of what we talking
yeah.
about.
So,
you know what? Today was a good day to drink.
oh, really?
Oh, this is 90 day over there, though.
What day are you on, 91?
So listen, alright. Boom, so I'll have to out here in these streets, doing like,
Speak up.
you know what I'm saying, occupying my time till, I get the young gunner over there. So, run up on this nice little joint, you know what I'm saying, type of joint to give me a first round in about 19 years, you know what I'm saying? And, chick built like a Coke bottle, all that. So, like, alright, so we're gonna do the first date thing. So it's funny, because I'm at work, when I asked the young homie, I said, yo, listen, man, it's a good spot, He said, you must think $2 signs, $3 signs, or $4 signs.
Okay.
I said, yo, listen, young black, if I start at 4, ain't nowhere else to go. If I start at 3, I really only got one step past that. I said, so we're going to start at 2. You know what I'm saying? We're going to find a nice 2 with
give me
a
a game
nice
right now,
atmosphere.
actually, so
So this is where we can make progressive steps.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I think first date expectation, like, yo, real talk, when it comes to finance and shit, like, I don't really want to spend. And, because, as a dude, it's a lot of money wasted on first dates. Because a lot of those dates be first and last dates.
Listen, hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Always.
a decent first date, you know what I'm
I've been
saying?
on a few.
That's why, shout out to Jaspers, you know what I'm saying? Take my little bitches out to Jasper, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, really?
$67 out the door. And that even hurts. A little $70 for nothing sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
$67 on the first date?
So yeah, so the little 2-star joint.
Yeah.
A little $2
Thank
dollar sign joint. I settled down. Was on I think she was gonna call it legal seafood. So I asked one of the other niggas. I said, "Yo, what's up with this legal seafood shit?" I said, "You know," I said 2 entrees.
That's
2
what.
Hold on.
That's $3 signs, ain't it?
Yeah, I think it might.
Hold on.
I think legal seafood $3
No,
signs.
that was legal seafood.
Yeah.
So hold on, I might have to adjust it. 'Cause I'm asking. Good thing I ain't put that shit in the text. I was about to be like, yeah, I'm thinking about legal, but good thing I ain't put the card in.
I'm thinking about illegal seafood.
And
Wrap it up.
so, damn, I thought it was 2. So I asked another nigga. I said, you heard about legal seafood? You know, it's a going out nigga. You know what I'm saying? One of those niggas that don't mind taking the women out to a nice plate of food. And I said, yo, legal seafood. I said, yo, what up, man? 2 entrees, 2 appetizers.
$100.
A couple drinks.
Easily.
Wow.
Right.
Nigga said
Easy.
115 and 120.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Right.
Now, here's the thing. I ain't flinch.
But his pocket said.
No, I ain't flinch. I think.
Closed up.
I spend money on myself.
No.
Meals
This is what I'm getting to, right?
Different.
So like different shit, you know, the older you get, like I said, you know, first dates be, and that's the thing, because I don't care about the 115. You know what I'm saying? I'll be better off spending it on our third date. You know what I'm saying?
By then,
And trying to hit you, but like 115 on 2 people for eating food and drinks and shit. I really think that's kind of standard once you get into like
Absolutely.
adulthood.
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it is?
Yeah, but I mean,
Oh, yeah.
my only thing
I must
is
be in my
sometimes
second
you
childhood.
probably don't even have to do all that.
No, it ain't that you're doing all that. It's just
It's-
like we going out for food and drinks.
If
I'm not gonna take you to Applebee's. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I would look at you.
hold on.
I would look at you some type of way if you took me to Applebee's.
On our first date.
Hold on, wait.
Exactly.
But
Now I'm fucking with you for a minute. Let's go grab a drink. Come outside. We go to Applebee's.
So you got-
Yeah, like
Yeah.
So-
But our first
So
date.
bring it back.
So what I'm saying is, you want to
What do you
kind
think we
of
got?
set expectations, but kind of like control.
Show that you're regular.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So I think any woman like of a certain age, maybe she get into that bag at her job, like you said, like
I don't
you
got-
used to motherfucking.
I don't gotta go to legal seafood when I could go to McCormick's. You see what I'm saying? So
Nah.
it's all about the ambiance. It's all about the
About the same
experience.
price range, ain't it?
And
McCormick's ain't got no damn menu though. That's just.
You said who?
McCormick ain't got no
Yes,
menu.
yes, they do. I don't know what you're talking about.
I've
son.
been there enough times.
McCormick-
Trust me.
I'm there all
They
the
ain't got
time.
no
McCormick does
fucking
have
menu.
it does have a menu. The menu is made every day. McCormick and Slicks, the menu
That
is made
shit
every
is so
day.
limited. They got like
But
steak.
But you know what you're going there for. You see what I'm saying? It's not McCormick's. If I'm going to McCormick's, I know what I'm getting. You see what I'm saying? This ain't a situation where
White Castle, yes.
Legal seafood.
Yes. White Castles. No, it ain't the White
Ain't
Castles.
nobody saying. Ain't
That's what
nobody
I'm talking
saying
about.
prices, legal
We're going to
seafood.
White Castles.
It is.
We're going to the bar.
You got
to me.
two people.
My nigga.
I'm spending-
Entrees, appetizers, 2 drinks apiece.
All right, so yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this.
189.
Exactly. So,
But I'm just saying. But it's still one of those situations where you're looking at two different environments.
Right.
So you know if you're going to McCormick's,
Oh,
your
that's
menu
an
is
actual
made.
question.
Your menu is made every day. Legal seafood, that is not the situation, and you're dealing with a lot of noise. Typically, when you walk into a specific McCormick's, you're not dealing with that. You might hit it for happy hour, but by the time you go into the actual dining atmosphere, it's a quiet situation, unless you're at National Harbor.
All right, so
Go ahead.
my best. Let me break it down like this. We gotta stop talking about McCormick's. I ain't never stepped foot in there. I probably won't. All right, so I mean, fuck 'em. Only thing I know about McCormick's. Only thing I know about
In the words,
McCormick's.
in the
One
words
thing I
of
know about
Mommy and Rick the
McCormick's.
Ruler, piss poor peasant. Nah, I'm gonna chill, y'all. My bad. I apologize.
Let me tell you
all
something.
that $1 million
Let me tell you
man,
something.
nigga.
Even when you got the money, I don't mean you gotta spend it like that. So it's
Listen,
like,
yes,
It's not about
there is
the
a
money.
Let me
Money.
finish up.
It's not.
It ain't about the money.
It's about-
It's about preference. Like it's like
I won't even
Yeah,
say
it's
about
always about
I'm not
and
gonna
that's
say
what
it's
I'm
about
saying.
preference. I'm gonna say it's about, you have to think. You can't get the type of dialogue that you want taking them to certain restaurants.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So
That's a
it's one of
preference.
those, if you want to sit there and build and talk and learn an individual, as well as enjoy the ambiance of what's going on, to set
taking me to my
whatever
point.
tone, you can't go to Golden Corral.
What?
I'm just saying, like, yo, but I'm just saying.
Respect. So listen, hold up. So my thing is, like you just said, why can't we go to a chill spot that doesn't require dough? And that's my thing. So like,
But you can, but you have to set the tone. You see what I'm saying?
So does setting the tone mean you got to go to a spot like a McCormick's?
I'm not saying that at all.
So
what I will say, I'm
whatever tone you wanna set.
gonna go to 100. It's gonna be my preference. The type of person I am, that's where I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
However, I know that I'm not gonna go to if we just starting out. I'm gonna think outside the box. It ain't gonna be us going to what you used to because what you used to, you left him. You see what I'm saying? So, but that's what it's just certain things we gotta keep in mind here. Right. If I'm wooing you and I'm courting you, this is somebody that I'm actually interested in. I'm gonna be outside of the norm with.
All right, so
And
put
at
like
one
this.
point,
So
you
outside of this.
yourself. And if this is
That-
part
that's
of your
why-
And this is
habit.
part of my. I know I like a Manhattan. I'm gonna go someplace I can make a fine Manhattan. Do I want it? Do I want it in a martini glass? No, I want it in a sifter. That's how I am. You know what I mean? But I gotta know that I'm going someplace that can give me my Manhattan. I want it chilled. I don't want it on the rocks. This is what I like. You know what I'm saying?
So my thing is like, put it like this. You say if you don't get the ass by 11 p.m., you're not gonna get it. So McCormick's is out the window because you're gonna
That's
be there
a
till
lie.
about midnight.
Yeah,
That's a lie.
It is.
That's in your experience, and that's unfortunate. Whoever you are.
Nah.
It's 11 o'clock, it's early.
Straight up. I'm from
But-
Brooklyn.
We might still have a bitch at the club at 11.
We ain't never lied.
So hold
Shooting
up.
shots,
Hold up.
literally. Shots.
So hold up. So basically, what I'm saying is like you ain't got to go to a McCormick's or a spot like that to set. You can set the tone in plenty different ways. It doesn't have to even be going. You can buy a bottle and hit a park to set the tone.
Nah.
It don't. Why can't you? Why can't you?
Hold on. Let me tell you something. I know a joint. I know a joint right now.
She gonna call you
Wait.
alcoholic.
No. I know a drink right now. Who would prefer a bottle of wine, cheese, picnic.
A picnic, yeah.
That's
You
what I'm
just
saying.
talk about going to the bar,
But
sitting on the bench with a bottle.
I'm not talking about
See what I'm
that.
saying?
I'm talking about just
You say you're typecast. MOBB, DEP.
What I'm saying is this. Thoughtful doesn't necessarily mean pockets.
Right.
So it's not all about how much you spending, where you spending it at. It's about what you're doing. You could be anywhere. So like the person, to me, I might just take you to go get ice cream on the first day just to check where your head is at. If you're gonna shun me after that, then fuck you. Like honestly, because the second day could have been to a McCormick's.
Like, I'm gonna lie to you.
Just keep in
I love
mind.
readers. I hate like no
So
Just keep in mind, the cheaper you go, the more creative you gotta be.
facts.
I mean,
Great point. Hey, yo, listen. I had a cousin, God bless the dead, and my sons used to call him the hamburger pimp.
say that nigga you true.
Like, cause this nigga was the most romantic nigga I know. But he was one of the brokest niggas I knew too. So he was a very creative nigga out of necessity. You know what I'm saying? Very creative niggas out of necessity.
I mean, but some guys are like
so
that.
sorry.
Some guys are one of those people who can think outside the box,
No.
knowing that they don't have a lot, but they can make it a lot. You know what I'm
When the nigga
saying?
was 18, he had a candlelit dinner, he laminated menus.
That-
Yo,
She said
That's
cherry
respect
notes.
right there.
But he can stay forever because he went outside the box.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He cooked, he brought it down, nice present. Yo, so I was like, damn, that's so real. Like, my shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bottled and all that.
Yeah.
So, but like I said,
I know what you
know.
Oh, side note, if you are looking for a place to take a girl, you can always go to the harbor, catch a boat ride, $15 a person.
Alexandria.
Hey, bring a bottle.
Go to Chop House or
Yep.
one of them little small restaurants. They mad cheap and
Right.
they look good. So,
Or like no bull. I've done a few things. So you can keep it 1,000. Like a female wants to. I'm sorry, when you're just starting out
That's why
and you wanna
fucks with you.
learn that person. My whole thing, it has to be an intimate setting. You know what I mean? It's like, yo,
That's
you
your
know what?
preference.
I can't learn and hear if I'm in that. I can't be at Aurora.
In a crowded.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trying to
I
really
get
learn.
that.
Oh, so you
get-
listening on the first
I-
date? No,
Listen,
By the time, let me tell you something. Y'all already knew my rule. Like, if I decide to go out on a date, 9 times out of 10, you've already been in the crib and I piped. You see what I'm saying? You already know I had a rule. You come to the crib, we getting it in, and then I'll feel like on whether I want to continue this quest.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
I'm just saying, but any female, they know me, they already know what it
I
is.
don't even
It's
like
only
kissing
certain.
on the first day.
It's all right. You ain't kissing me. You kissing something.
Yeah.
But listen, it is what it is. I'm just saying. Listen, it's all right, but you wouldn't be at my house because guess what? You're a 90-day person. I'm a listen. You couldn't.
So that means on the 91st day, that's
so you know what it is.
what.
But let's fast forward. Like when it's finally to that point where you know what. I've already learned, I already know this is where I want to be. Guess what? I'm going to take that to show you that other side that's been housed. Because guess what? I had to fill you out to make sure you're that person I really want around me. No, everybody who knows me knows I am a grade A asshole. Listen, I got X's on the feet right now. They will tell you I am a natural born dick. This is me. So if I'm taking that time out of my life to really want to know, understand, and move on with you, guess what? This is what we gonna rock. You know what I mean? That's just me. So it doesn't matter if, guess what? I decide to get a bottle of wine and go to the park. If I decide to go to McCormick's and I'm going to McCormick's on a late night talking Baltimore because I love the fact that nobody messes with them after happy hour. And you can sit there and learn. You're sitting there really talking to the person.
I got it.
That's just me.
And niggas gotta raise their own standards. I mean,
absolutely.
You can't. I mean, you should want to go to a nice place for your damn self.
Right. I have no problem. Like my wife, one year her birthday, she loves red snapper. So instead of going out, what I did was I went to Eastern Market, bought a whole red snapper, cooked that drink. My daughter like, yo, I want something. No, this ain't you. You know what I mean? I got something else. She said, so you gotta think she bragging like, yo, this nigga really be listening. Yeah, you got it. It's nothing. You know what I mean? But it's just those things you gotta pay attention to. And my problem with today's generation, it's all about the nut. Not saying we didn't live through that, but we knew that at some point the nut wasn't gonna be enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you just focus on the nut, you're naturally not growing. And how do you get back to what's coming up behind you if you can't set a standard of how women should be treated, how you should get dressed? I had an interview show, a gentleman show up at an interview with jeans and a button up on.
Oh shit, he ain't get the job.
I'm sorry. That's not how this works.
Fucked up though.
You see what I'm saying? It's not about being, let me tell you something. You want the one thing that I taught everybody in the hood? You could be poor, but guess what? I'll take you wherever you need to get a cheap suit. But that cheap suit, we buy shirts and ties to rock. So when it's that time, you know how to make this work. Yeah. So I'm sorry, one of the men like he's a millennial, so this is what they do. Fuck him. No, he's not getting hired. Why? Because if we set the tone, and this is what he believes works for an interview, he's gonna believe that works in the workplace. Mm-hmm. If I come in suited and booted, Magnanis and it all, nigga, I don't give a fuck if you got on Coleys. You want to be dressed up. Yeah. So it's just like it's all about setting that standard. So yeah, it could be about the nut, but at some point the nut ain't enough. You need somebody that you're supposed to grow with, nurture, to help reinforce you, build you up, and you build them up.
So basically, in a nutshell, you're saying there's plenty of ways to set the standard. It all depends on how you set the standard. Some people set the standard flashing money. Some people set the standard, by taking them to nice spots. Some people set the standard by doing creative things. Like, yo, it all depends on how you rock, how you get down, and the person that you're chilling with. Because if you're chilling with somebody, that doesn't appreciate shit, then...
What the fuck you punching your head this way for?
Oh, no, I got a crook in my neck.
You sure do got a crook in your neck.
Crook in my neck.
Shots fired.
If don't kill him, if somebody...
Don't kill him.
She said if you're taking her to Applebee, but
she's suffering from jet lag. She ready to go.
Yeah.
No, look at her face. Look. She's
But if you rocking with somebody,
that's why you drinking.
If you rocking with
just got off the plane
somebody,
from Vegas and you ain't really back yet.
No, I'm not.
Jet lag. I told you. She ready.
So if you rocking with somebody who ain't really rocking with her, wishing they already had different expectations.
Pay attention to the signs. If they're unappreciative, you won't know.
You're gonna know.
You're not rocking with the best.
And that's what it is. And that's the hashtag factual.
Sure, why not?
Let's go on to the next one.
What's the next topic?
Next topic.
We at 9:56.
Talking about Troy Ave.
Oh.
This was funny.
What about Troy Ave?
This
He
nigga
has renounced street life and all that it entails.
He has renounced street life.
But you know my problem with, because I didn't read, I read what was sent to me. How do you renounce? how do you? I'm sorry. I've been shot at. I've shot at people. I've sold drugs. I know how it feels to really be in that mix. So, it's not you renounce it. You realize life is worth more, and preferably you haven't done enough damage that somebody's looking at, trying to get you. I mean, I thank God that I can walk through Marcy Projects with no issues. You see what I'm saying? He's like, yo, that's OG, that's the. Why? Because a lot of their brothers and sisters, I was working at the community center, like, yo, this is what your brothers already told you what it is, but this is what you need to be doing. Now, I mean, all my dirt, I'm old school. It's done outside. You know what I mean? Why am I pushing this to mines when I can push that X to them? Lower East Side, Midtown. You see what I'm saying? So, but he's full of shit. He took this persona on. And like no bullshit, my man got bodied. That was my man who got bodied.
We've talked about
this.
You
see what I'm saying?
You haven't talked about it.
You see what I'm saying?
But we've talked about it.
Right. That was my
We've talked
man.
About
You see what I'm saying? So it's like when you hear this shit. This is why I don't listen to radio. I can't stand.
Yeah.
Bitch niggas like that. Niggas really bust their guns. You see what I'm saying? So if you didn't hear this, I renounce the throne. Bitch, what are you talking
this
about?
This nigga, what he said was, oh, street life is a myth.
It's not though.
He said it's a myth. He said
street cred. Because I'm not
up on that portion. I just know I got the phone call. My man was killed, which was one of the security niggas that fuck with
him.
This bitch nigga. And y'all can come and get me. I keep it on me, but I'm not gonna show mine.
Nah, fuck that.
These niggas show up at spots nowadays, and I'm good. I'm not one of them young niggas. But let's keep it trail here. You can't think when you a rapper and you give this life up. This is what you do. You busting at concerts. This is what you doing. They talk about you renounce it.
Hey, renounce it.
I know a lot can be shown.
It's not just shown. This is what it's been. A lot of niggas and perpetrate that lifestyle. You understand what I'm saying? And when shit get real.
And that's what they back there. They show
their true colors. They follow through on it.
And that's what it is. Like, yo, he just had an interview, I'll say a few months ago, when he was just talking all that good shit.
How much time he trying to get shaved off?
That's what it is. That's what it is, son. Why not?
It's some type of way.
It's tax on
eat it up.
He got to eat it all, and they using Troy Ave. Son, think this is what it is. They're saying that was Taxstone's gun.
It wasn't.
So they saying Taxstone started clapping. The niggas arrested him, come back.
Now, fam, me and you know personally.
At Taxstone.
We know personally. That's true.
That was a terrible phone call I got. That shit was ugly. Like,
but we know the real. But we know the real behind that. He said it's funny. A lot of niggas saying what we saying, but what they would do, but they never bust their gun. That's true. A lot of niggas say they bust their gun.
I got a few burns on me for me busting mine. I can't speak for nobody.
You ain't gotta say that though. But at the same time, we already know what's up. Know what I mean? But
hold on, I would just like to share this with the people. Hold on, let me get it up.
That should be corny to me.
Let me get it up.
But while you getting that up, I'm gonna go ahead and say this.
This is your man at his court date. I just like to show the people
this. Is Troy?
Yeah, Troy. Yeah. At his court date a couple months ago.
Yeah, show that.
Show that. And if you don't know what the hat says, the hat says, "Make water whip wait again."
Wow.
Big son.
Really?
Son, but not only that. Not only that.
Wait again.
Not only that, he did an interview right before that on the Breakfast Club talking about, so I showed up with the foreign, I parked it up.
Oh no, what? Bacon water whip white again. Whip wait again.
He talking all that good street shit.
What the fuck? You not Frank, nigga? What are you doing?
Talking all that good street shit.
That's how he showed us the courts, man.
Why are we making him relevant?
Can we move on? Because he's aggravating me. I want to.
He's always been aggravating.
My thing is this. You can't pop all that good shit, and then when shit come back to you, better. Now all of a sudden you don't want it. And exactly. And that's my whole thing about it. Like, yo, nigga, you can have a change of heart, but you can't have a change of heart when when that court case comes, you gotta serve your time, my nigga. You're gonna have to face whatever happened, and then you wanna kick it to the kids like, yo, this ain't for you.
Or
Hold on. Question though.
he might be Alpo.
If a nigga was shooting at you, and both y'all got locked up, and you can get off snitching on your mortal enemy,
Nigga, you know what you
wouldn't say nothing.
You know what you signed up for.
Yo, do you realize?
I know what you signed up for.
I took a charge coming up as a shorty because I'm not snitching.
Yeah, but you youngin' though. You know you're gonna get
listen,
time.
it's
You grown man, they about to snatch you from your kids.
let me tell you how nervous niggas was. Niggas
was
was nervous on whether or not I was gonna take it. But my people's was like, I ain't gonna take it. It don't even matter. He gonna take it. This is what he do. It's like, yo, y'all niggas got it too. It's like,
but can you look your arch enemy in the eye and not snitch and take 25 with him?
what you mean?
Been shot at
That nigga
that
gonna
time.
be dead. I don't think you understand the level on that.
I mean, both y'all gonna be in the same jail.
No, he's gonna be dead. And then I'm just gonna have to eat that 25. Ain't gonna be both of us in the same jail. I want you to understand the mindset that I like. It's one of those. Look, this is my mortal enemy. I'm not missing.
Put it like this.
True. I mean, me, I'm not. I don't even want to be in the situation. So I don't put myself in the situation.
I'm talking about.
I don't want to think about what I want to do, so I'm not gonna do this shit.
If I'm thinking about where I was then, opposed to where I am now,
It's not about that, bro.
I'm not missing.
It's,
Because it's one of those. I was taught a long time ago. Only one nigga should be able to tell the story. That's the nigga who pulled the trigger. In short,
if I'm involved, I'm gonna eat the shit.
no. I'm just talking about.
He's talking about more like this Troy Ave and Taxstone.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
Like
he said, why
situation.
so many people hate this man? He's like, yo, he repping New York. He not sounding like you. It's not about that. Like, yo,
Sola's the nigga. What's the whack nigga we don't like? Is it 6ix9ine stars?
6ix9ine.
Yeah.
6ix9ine. He rapping New York too. I don't like that
Son,
bitch ass
son,
white boy. I don't
like
like
this.
it at all. He's
Nah, he
Mexican.
Mexican.
Troy Ave put
Mexican.
himself in the
He's
position.
Mexican.
Yeah.
Liba.
He get a brown pass. He get a brown pass.
Liba. Fuck his ass. He needs to do some fucking merengue.
Bottom line is he put it on
What the fuck you
himself.
doing?
The nigga ain't about what he
I
talking.
thought he was right too, but I was like, your Playboy in the hood with mad blood niggas. I was like, I don't know really.
Nigga, they fucked him up in the Bronx. Fuck that.
He ain't about what he talking about.
He ran.
That's what it is. You know what I mean? And then it shows right now. Like,
But you know what? This shit works because we go right into that gun control shit.
yeah.
But a lot of these niggas ain't about what they
We
talking
go
about.
right into that gun control shit.
You know what's funny?
Fuck Taxstone. Fuck Troy Ave. But let's talk about Florida. I'm sorry. This is my issue with Florida.
Let's bring it.
That's a good segue.
Like, yo, like no bullshit. I gotta keep it true because I'm watching I'm watching all of these posts.
I'm
We here
You
now.
know what I'm saying? But I don't know what you're talking about.
I can't give the backstory.
Go ahead.
Give it back.
No, I was just gonna have him name the topic. I don't know what the topic.
Go ahead, Mark. Go ahead, man.
All right, so
You feel some way about
first and foremost, yo, my prayers go out to Florida.
Yes,
at
definitely.
that school for that asshole
parents is
who ran up in school with
that
the
he used to go
AR-15
to.
that he used to go to and killed 17 people.
I'm sorry, bro. That shit looks like a false flag. Like they got some agenda.
But Pete, wait, I'm gonna get there. Yo, my problem with this situation is that the school knew that he had problems. But wait, before I even get there, that's gonna be a different segue into this. The school knew he had issues because they had on file that he was an individual that was problematic and caused issues to students, would initiate conflict with both students and faculty. This was in his file. Now we go back to February 2017, where number 45 decides to repeal the order against people with mental issues being able to obtain handguns. Well, firearms. I have to say firearms. 45 then says yesterday that this is a problem.
No shit.
But what did he
But wait,
say?
but the mere fact that people are
mental issues can obtain.
right. So this was 45 who repealed the Obama administrative issue. Now, I'm sorry, I'm an NRA member. I own guns. I own a few. However, I've earned the right to own them. Do I appreciate the fact that yes, people with mental issues should not have? Absolutely. When you have the right to bear arms, you have the right to bear arms with common sense, being able to think logically, not having any issues on your record, not being a mental. But I'm going to say this too.
You said Republican?
I am.
Everybody dropped
I am a Republican. I don't give a fuck. So, but you have to think, just like the Republican that I did vote for Obama, and you need to do your research about Republicans before the switch came.
Yes.
So don't jump on a Democrat's dick if you really don't know your history. But that's a different story, and I don't want to do that because I want to offend people tonight.
Republican before they
my thing about, I'm looking at all of these gun repeal laws. It's a fucked up situation. However, would I teach my daughter how to shoot a gun? Absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
Would I teach any young person who came to me, Derek, I want to learn how to shoot a gun? Yes, I will, because that's your God-given right. Now, how to manage that? You have to be adult enough to even handle that. You see what I'm saying? But that's but I'm gonna blame. Let's say I'm gonna blame Maryland. The laws are very, 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 very loose when it comes down to it. So I'll give you an example. I'm gonna give you an example. For mental health, if you were not, what's the word?
Institutionalized.
For over a year, guess what? I can be institutionalized for 11 months and I can buy a gun.
Yep.
That's fucked up. Domestic abuse. If you don't have a domestic abuse case, no, I'm sorry. Is it 30 days? Is it 30? I'm sorry. I want to say if the domestic violence or some shit like this, like a 30-day law. If it's not on there within that year, guess what?
What you talking about, Cali?
You can
obtain a gun.
All right.
It's just hold, wait. I'm just saying this. Are there things that need to change? Yes. Am I with repeal? Yes. But the way that society is going, like I said, I pray for everybody who lost their life. But I'm one of those. Listen, I'm brown. You ain't taking my gun. Nope.
So put it like this.
Hashtag factual.
Yeah, hashtag factual on that. I mean,
I mean,
regardless of which one it is, but
here's the thing. Obama did something, you know what I'm saying? Because Obama gave felons, convicted felons, the right. No.
Which one you going?
The right to apply for their gun license. And it's up to the state in which you live to their decide.
Yeah.
So I can't necessarily be like, 45 repeal this law, a mental dude, grab the hammer.
I'm just saying,
and
everything's not perfect.
Because I know, and this is the point I'm going to.
Yeah.
Somebody could be like, 44 allowed felons to do X.
You're right.
Yeah, but 44 also. And as a person with a history, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm grateful that he did that. You know what I'm saying? So I can't necessarily just be like, because it's one individual. There might have been a lot of people who had depression or some type of Western who have guns now who ain't did shit.
Absolutely.
Just like there's probably a lot of fellas that got guns now who ain't running around and doing crazy shit.
But here's the thing with this.
And Arizona has been let fellas have guns.
There were so many different opportunities for this situation not to happen. For somebody who was put in that position, whether it's the FBI or whoever got that information about you, the school, the school department, because they all knew you had an issue and nobody did anything about it. It was easier to fucking expel him, send his ass home, and not deal with him. And that is what the fucking problem is.
And
but they were still watching.
They
were still watching, but nobody was doing shit.
This is what the problem is.
How old?
19. The problem is that somebody
high school. This nigga can't even buy alcohol.
Hold up, and that's the problem. At 18 years old, you can buy a rifle, you can buy a gun, you can't buy a handgun, you can buy a rifle, assault rifles.
I could buy my own.
But you can't buy a handgun.
I think
you can't buy Schlitz.
VA, you might be able to own a handgun.
You can't buy a 40. But you can buy assault rifles. You can let off shots in the crowd.
I mean, that's why this whole shit.
So right.
That's why this whole shit is fake, bro.
I can go to VA right now
and get one.
Use one of my people's addresses.
Yes. So hold up. And hold up. So
that's why I say this shit is fake, bro. I mean, look at the whole
What
situation.
I'm not saying it's not.
Every time they have a political agenda, there's a mass shooting, number one. Number two, I've never seen a group of white people in a situation like that stay calm. All the video they showed, all the white kids knew what to do.
Everybody,
never.
Everybody was like, yo, I'm good.
Number three, on the news, they showed all the kids who posted the shit on their Instagram. I looked up the names. None of them exist. Number four, 3 ambulances was at the scene.
We know what's
3 ambulances, that's it, for a mass shooting.
You know what?
Number 5, they sent beat cops. You sent SWAT for a situation like that.
yes.
Number 6, none of the kids was screaming. None of the kids was crying. Everybody ran off and was chilling. And 7, they already got people talking about, I saw that kid in the school. He didn't have no gun.
Peak game.
It's more shit that validates it didn't happen.
When they had that other shooting in Florida at the gay club, they said that shit happened.
There's a political agenda that usually happens when there's some type of mass casualty or disaster. And this is another one.
I went to school every day with it.
They apprehended it. The dude was still at the motherfucking school when they caught him.
Every day.
Unarmed on the floor.
Did you see his Instagram page?
Who the dude shoot?
The dude who did the shoot.
They can make that one up. I'm talking about the people who posted the whole incident. None of that shit was on Instagram.
What they said was
what happened on his Instagram page?
I'm just saying the nigga. I'm gonna see if I can pull up. But the nigga Instagram page is wicked. It was like Day of Reckoning. It was like a little shit. I'm not saying that.
Like he said,
if he really had an agenda and he was a Nazi, like they said, why would he shoot up a white school?
I'm not saying neo-Nazi. I'm not saying none of that.
No, that's what they say.
What I'm gonna say, a motherfucker who just sped up.
But why would he shoot up a white school that was safe in Florida?
This nigga exhibited the signs like, yo, I'm about to do something.
Wait a minute, hold up.
All the signs are there, man.
Wait, but
what's the point of being a Nazi?
So they try to build a backstory. Both his parents died when he was young. He was moved around from place to place. The adopted moved around from place to place. So the fuck what? I know mad people that's been like that.
That's why the whole shit is fucking fake.
Oh, she's done. She's done so.
Wait a couple days. You're gonna hear about some type of bill that we all never heard of being passed.
Yeah.
This is a distraction.
The mental distracted, the mental, you know what I mean, disturbed can cop a burning, spray your shit up, bill.
Speak on it.
So like, I mean, honestly, like he said, condolences, prayers and condolences to all those families down there.
Nobody died.
Just keep happening.
Nobody died. They didn't show one nigga being dragged out dead.
Shit, I didn't watch that shit.
They showed some niggas alive on the stretcher. They showed some calm ass white kids. I remember there was a club some club caught on fire. All the white people trampled each other so bad that they couldn't make it out the damn club. They trampled each other to the point they blocked their own door. Yeah. And you mean to tell me all these white people in the shooting, the safest school in Florida, all these white kids knew what to do?
Number 18, man. This is the 18th shooting this year?
They was chilling. They was chilling and they knew what to do. Just like that Vegas shit. 20,000 white people getting shot at. All of them ducked at the same time. Stop. Nobody. I don't care what color. You running the fuck home.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy.
Something going on.
Hindsight is 2020. Hashtag factual. You got anything else you right?
Closing it out. I'm not up on this topic. Racist teacher bars Black history lessons in a Bronx school.
Yo, that shit was crazy. She makes $150,000 a year, and has been a pain in the ass
for the past
3 years when it comes down to Black History Month. Really? She's Hispanic. Am I right? She's Hispanic.
Hispanic or what? She's white. She's white.
No, she's Hispanic.
She's white. No, that I did.
Is she white Hispanic?
No, she's white. Her last name is like Italian.
What's the last name?
Yo, the bitch is in New York and she's wilding. I think she deserves a bullet in the head. But that's just how I feel, because at the end of the day, if you're impacting history, like, yo, fuck you, Christopher Columbus. You know what I mean? You didn't do shit. And we're sitting here, we're trying to learn lessons. How do you put a fucking wall up on learning, and you are the head of the pack? You are the lion, for real. You see what I'm saying? 150,000, you probably make more in Maryland. But in New York, you're 150,000 as a principal.
Working for the state.
If you're a principal, I'm sorry, it's a lot of private industry and it's principal that's caking over 154. Because I would say that shit is 154. Yeah, but it's one of those like, yo, how if you're supposed to be there to help to instill what the race that y'all tried to erase actually contributed to the world.
And
How
hold
do
up,
you do that?
and then hold up, and then not hold up, and a few other points on that. First off, they're in the Bronx. Second off, they're in the Bronx. Second off, that school is 95% colored. 95% colored, if not more. No, when I say colored, because it's a mix of blacks and Hispanics. That
People
means
of color.
Black. Yeah, people of color. them damn colors over there. What you want me to say?
Not me.
Interesting terms.
It's black people.
1955 again.
Thank
But
you.
anyway,
Thank you.
Turn back, get quiet.
as we continue on,
As we proceed to give you what you need,
It's black people's fault.
colors, motherfucker.
Teach your damn
It's
kids.
black people fault.
Teach your damn kids. Stop waiting for everybody else to.
interesting point.
I like that perspective though. Okay.
You gonna rely? You really gonna rely on your enemy to teach your
Can we give a
kids?
shout out tonight for? Do a special toast for this motherfucker right here to my left for actually having some drinks tonight?
Who, me?
Or a part of a drink at
She
least,
is faded.
because she
right
still
now.
got
We
74%
can't give
of
her that.
that
She has
cup.
unfair
I
advantage. She just
don't.
came back from fucking
Oh yeah,
Vegas, man. What are you doing?
that's true. But she ain't drunk in the last.
You cooking next week?
Nope, probably not.
Yo, yeah. Are you cooking next
Oh,
week?
The
well,
better
I gotta
question.
That's a
talk to
good
y'all.
question. That's a nice
No,
topic.
I gotta talk to y'all offline about next week because I'm gonna go see the owner of the network next week.
We're gonna be
It's
there.
Thursday. So
Bomb.
that's
West Side. That means there's gonna be no show next week.
Y'all call me on a conference call. I ain't going over there.
So, shall we wrap this up?
She said, take a look.
Always.
He just said, take a look at what he just DM'd you.
I know.
Ow.
It ain't like that.
3-pointers all
Ow.
night.
What's
He
next?
ride
It's
around,
10
he get
we wrap this up. It's
He
10:18.
Let's wrap this up, please, and thank you.
you.
10:18. I think it's a good time to wrap it up.
Yeah. Alright, yo, listen. Once again, we'd like to send our prayers and condolences to all those families, all the victims, or, I mean, as he said, so-called victims, alleged victims in Florida. Yo, once again, shout outs to all them niggas who, spent all that bread yesterday and ain't get no box. Shout outs to all the chicks who knew they wasn't gonna give up the box and all that bread spent on them. And then shout outs to all the niggas who barely spent money and got the box. Shout outs to all the side chicks who thought they was gonna get a call yesterday. They didn't got a bouquet of dead
Yo,
flowers
can we wrap
today.
this up?
Yeah, I'm doing that right now. Goddamn, where's your drink, man?
Drink right here.
Yeah, you don't look
Wrap
faded
it
enough.
B.
Yeah, you don't look
Wrap
Chinese
it up,
right
B.
now. I ain't wrapped it up in years.
Hashtag facts.
So,
Thursday.
hey yo,
Hold up. On the
Practice
side.
safe.
I would
sex.
say love y'all, but I probably don't love half of y'all, but some of y'all do, know what I mean? But listen, we out here, we fuck with y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in.
We love all
Same time
we love
next
all
week.
our viewers and supporters.
Yes, we
Yeah, we do. You know what I mean? It's a joke. I'm drinking. Are you?
Good night, everybody. Peace.
Easy. Hold up, I don't love none of y'all, because I ain't on my feed. Join this